Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Riding Solo. I'm your host, Dion, and this channel is going to be focused on new riders and their experience and progress in learning how to ride, and also for any moto enthusiast that loves motorcycles. So with that being said, let's swing a leg over two wheels and go for a ride. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Riding Solo. I'm your host, Dion, and today we have the 2025 Kawasaki ZX6R. And I want to give a special shout out to Bellevue Motorsports in Bellevue, Washington for providing me today's bike. We're going to give you pretty much a first ride and review of it and let you know how it rides. And let's give you a first start. Let's hear that stock exhaust. All right, here we go. A new TFT dash right there. Don't worry, the bike's been warmed up. Pretty stock, everything's stock. Let's check it out. All right, so let's get this first ride on and started. Let's go. All right, here we go. Bike is already warmed up, guys, so don't worry about it. All right, let's adjust these mirrors. As always, very important. All right, let's get this first ride going. All right, let me shut my visor. Oh, let me put the quick shift on. So to put the quick shifter on, all you have to do is hold down select and down at the same time. And you see it popped up there. So now the quick shift is on. It's a little bit different than my ZX6R. You have to press select and then hold it down for a few seconds. All right, so let's get going here. All right. All right, this is a new bike, guys. So as always, I'm taking it easy. Bellevue Motorsports has been kind enough to let me test ride all their bikes and review them for you guys, and they've pretty much been brand new with 0 miles on them. So I want to really thank those guys for letting me do that. That really means a lot to me, and honestly, to tell you the truth, because of that, I'll probably be buying the ZX10R from them here when my birthday comes. So as always, this bike is a 636cc inline 4. That quick shifter is very smooth. It doesn't have an auto blip, doesn't have a downshifter, so only quick shifter on the up, which, I mean, if you got a quick shift at all, I feel like that's pretty premium. Like I said, this bike is new. Look like it has a soft limiter there or something, but I'm definitely gonna take it easy on it. As you can see, I'm not really revving it out. This bike revs at 16,000 RPMs. We're gonna get over here and we're gonna take it on the freeway and just give it a little freeway ride. Downshifts are smooth and crisp. All right. So while we stopped at this light, all those brakes are real nice and new and firm. You can tell they hadn't been worn in yet just from the pull of it. All right, so let's get it going. The tires are brand new and it's pretty chilly in Washington State. So today it's like 55 or so. So I'm just gonna take it easy. But that quick shifter being enabled different on the 2025 versus my bike, the 2022. The dash is also different as well. They have the new TFT dash. Pretty much everything is the same with the exception of the TFT dash. I think also which is different from my year model, which mine came with Bridgestone Battle Axe tires. These come with Pirellis on there, which is a premium tire, guys. Like I said, and speaking of the tires, it's a 120 on the front and a 180 on the back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 180. All right, let's get going. We're gonna get on the freeway. All right, let's talk about this bike. I already said the tires are Pirellis, right? You have the short forks on the front as well. I already told you the size of the tires. Like I said, you have that Nissan brakes and the slipper clutch as well, which is gonna provide you a really light clutch pull. And I feel like all Kawasaki's kind of ride similar. You're gonna hear me say this on every Kawasaki I ride, guys. They ride pretty similar. Let's see if I can get over here, guys. Yeah, so like I said, all the clutch and throttle all have slipper clutches. The throttle always feel nice and smooth. It's not twitchy. It's a nice linear throttle. Let's get over here one more time, guys, because they're gonna be braking up here in a minute. Like I said, I'm cruising at 60 miles an hour, guys, in 6th gear. The bike is pretty lightweight. We're talking 436 pounds, so it's gonna be very nimble. All the 600s are very nimble. The seat height is 32 inches, guys. Like you said, if you're about my height and weight, you should have no problem flat footing this bike. Like I said, I'm 5'10", I have a 32-inch seam, and I can flat foot the bike no problem. The ergonomics is aggressive, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the more aggressive middleweight sport bikes out there. You know, you have the height, the seat height, and the pegs as well. You're in a very crouched over race position. So if you don't want that, this is probably not the bike for you. But if you want something that's gonna corner well and that is lightweight and agile, this is probably the bike for you. If you want a bike that's reliable, this is probably the bike for you. If you want a bike that's affordable, this is probably the bike for you. All those downshifts are great, even though I'm doing them manually. Nice and smooth and crisp. Man, I love riding motorcycle, guys. Like, nothing makes me happier than ride motorcycles. Motorcycles and my wife, pretty much. Let's see if we can get over here, but we're gonna wait because I think people are trying to cut the line. But this bike has 0 miles on it, guys. Oh, these guys are cutting me off here. The brakes are great though. Great. Brakes are nice and smooth. They're not bitey, which is good because sometimes people will just grab the brake. The next thing you know, it's too much brake. So let's get over here. Rearview mirrors are great. I can see everything out of it. But yeah, guys, it's like I said, it's inside this TFT dash. You could customize if you want low power or full power. This bike comes with traction control, ABS. You could adjust that traction as well. So you're getting a lot of premium options with the exception of the auto blip. The auto blip, you don't have that. But like I said, this bike is amazing, man. This bike is probably the king of the 600 class. If I was to say it, you know, there's a lot of other bikes out there that this bike is competing with, which is the new Ducati Panigale V2S, Yamaha R9. You know, you have the Gixxer 600. You have the Honda CBR 600RR. All these bikes are pretty much similar in power and weight. Only one that's a little bit different is the Ducati. But like I said, you're paying substantially more for the Panigale V2. So that's why you're going to be getting a little bit more lighter weight, a little bit more premium options, because you're going to be paying the premium Ducati price. But as far as this Japanese 600, guys, this inline 4, the reliability and the cost of maintenance is going to be the winner, at least for me. Like I said, this bike is just very easy to ride. Like, upshifts are quick and smooth. Man, Kawasaki, I'm biased when it comes to Kawasaki, because I just love how they ride, guys. They're just so easy. I'm not an expert motorcycle rider, so you know, having something that's easy and approachable for me is the key and the winner for me. I don't want something that the brakes are twitchy on or the throttle's twitchy. You know, I like everything to be smooth, because sometimes, you know, you can hit a bump and your hand will do something different. So if that happens, you know, you want a bike that has a nice, easy throttle pull and brake pull, because if you do something, you know, not normal, it doesn't bite you in the end. But yeah, man, this bike is so good, so good. And like I said, those are the competitors for this bike. You know, you could also use this. I feel like this is the perfect track bike over something like a 1000, just because it's so racy. I think it's more of a race bike than an actual leader bike. It's just a really aggressive, you know, really ergonomically fit for racing. And like I say, I ride mine on a daily basis, so I'm not using it for racing or track riding. I'm pretty much using it to ride back and forth to work, and then on the weekends going out for a little rip. But the competition is stout in the 600 class, guys. It's really competitive with these 600s. You know, Kawasaki, you know, come out with the cool colors. You know, I maybe feel like they should add the auto blip, and then the bike will be perfect. That's my only complaint about it. You know, when I bought my bike, I wanted a TFT, and I bought it literally right before they came out with, like a month later, you know, the new ZX6 with the TFT. But they updated the TFT, the dash, so now we have that premium color display. But yeah, man, this bike makes pretty good horsepower, 127 horsepower, 51 foot-pounds of torque, so it's definitely got plenty. So I just put 5 miles on this bike, guys. That's crazy. So yeah, this bike is very powerful enough. Like I say, if you don't want a aggressive riding position bike, this is probably not the bike for you. But if you want something that's fast and quick and nimble, this is probably the bike for you. But with that being said, thanks for tuning into this review and first ride of the 2025 Kawasaki ZX6R. Thanks for tuning in to Riding Solo. Like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video, guys.